All right. Good morning. There we go.
Hello there. Well, it's a cloudy, rainy day in upstate New York, Buffalo, New York. We're up near Niagara Falls, not New York City. But this is Linda Claydon calling, and this is your Optimize Your Life, Optimize My Life, and Optimize Your Life show brought to you by the Hope Collection. And we had a little slow start this morning, but hey, better late than never. Mary, is that you on the line?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good morning. Thanks for facilitating the call. Um, Even though I did not have a lot of things planned for this morning, but I do like to keep these Saturday mornings, Monday through Friday, plus other times that Mary will fill in. We have a call every day at noon to 1 Eastern time. Monday is hometown heroes. Tuesday is Travel Tuesday. Wednesday, I get the pleasure of hosting Beth Wyman, who is a certified nutritionist. And Thursday is Family Day, and there's all different topics. And then Friday, we host Captain Len Kane with his charity, the Golden Rule Society. Then I have a little follow up week in review on Saturday mornings. Mary, could you take a second and fill in some of the other calls that we have going on during the week?
Yes. This Wednesday is going to be a little different. It is National or International World Autism Day. So
Ah,
instead of our traditional health show, we are going to do a special on autism and what it is, but also it's about the theme this year is all about celebrating differences.
uh-huh.
We're gonna do that as a special show on Wednesday, and then Beth will be back the following Wednesday.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I feel like I have missed so many shows. Um, recuperating from an illness, but back in the swing of things now. So that's really good.
On Monday mornings at 9 a.m., we do Wake Up with Reveille, and it is what is affecting veterans and soldiers today,
Ah,
and how faith is important in just you know military talk, and so
cool.
civilians can understand.
Yeah,
And
you
then
guys have a language all your own.
we do. And coming up, we don't have a release date yet, but it is going to be animation and beyond. It is part of our expansion into the neurodiversity network. And so we're working on bringing in individuals who are neurodiverse one way or the other. And he talks about animation.
Oh,
We're negotiating on putting that together right now.
cool. Animation as in the film type animation or
It's
what?
film, it's anime, it's a bunch of different things. The gentleman that runs it is autistic, and that is
Uh-huh.
his world of expertise and what excites him. We're getting another gentleman who is a math genius,
Mm.
and he's going to be launching a financial show, and it's going to be designed for everybody. But his main goal is so he started making a lot of money at a young age, and so he struggled in life, and he would use and buy cars. That was his obsession.
Ah.
And so he'd be loaded right now if he didn't blow money on cars. And so he wants to help a lot of autistic and neurodiverse individuals understand that you don't need to buy things to get that dopamine hit or that feelings, and
Hmm.
how to just, enjoy yourself, but also be financially aware.
Smart, smart. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, one of the things I was going to touch on this morning, because maybe because it's so gray and gloomy today here. But it's typical March weather. We will have 78-degree days and then 30-degree days. And today's kind of in a mix, in the 50s. But, you know, this is the time of year so many people plan on going away on a summer vacation or taking a trip somewhere. And one thing that we've discovered, or we decided, not discovered, but we decided this year, is finding a trip for maybe 2 or 3 days, but close by. So sometimes, yes, we're going on a cruise in May, and so getting on an airplane and going down to Florida to catch a cruise. Um, but during the summer, we always get together with another couple and plan a trip that's 3 or 4 days, but not terribly far away. We've been to the Thousand Islands the last 3 years, which is just a wonderful. It's on the St. Lawrence River between the U.S. and Canada. Um, but that's one thing I would suggest for people, especially if you have a family. Take the kids, but you don't have to go exotic. Find a place 3 or 4 hours away, um, and just kind of make a circle. Put your where you live in the center, draw a circle of out 3 or 4 hours and think, okay, in this area, what can we do that's different? What is there some place that we've heard of but never really took the time to explore? And just, you know, pinpoint something, and you don't have to say 3 or 4 days. Have plan, okay, let's go here for this day, and then nearby see something else, and just use your imagination and find out where you can go. I know on our TV station they used to have, I don't know if they still do, but they had um, um, places, use where how far you can go on a tank of gas, I think is what their catch line was. And so it's like, it is kind of the same thing of, drawing, something 2 to 4 hours away. Um, this summer, actually, we're going up to Canada, to Niagara on the Lake and that area. It's one of the places that we just love, and it's probably less than an hour away, if that. And so, just we wanna get away, have some fun, but not break the bank and go someplace terribly expensive or terribly far away. And that's one of the things that I was thinking of this time of year especially. Um, we're after the bad weather, the snow. We're here in the northern part of United States, and so and especially in Buffalo, we're on the Great Lakes. We're between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. We get a lot of snow. That cold weather picks up that water and just dumps it on us. But we're past that now. But we're in the kind of the mud section. I think in Minnesota, you also call it the mud season, don't you, Mary? Up in
We well, my house we do. If we don't have mud, my kids create it.
That's true. That's true. But, in coming up in April, the flowers will start, the green grass. But right now, it's like, oh, let's plan something. And sometimes planning things can be super, super fun. Um, Going on the trip, of course, is lots of fun, but just planning for it, get your creative juices flowing and think, okay, get those dreams going. Where can we go? What can we do? And yes, it may be a trip to Europe, who knows? But it may just be something 2 to 4 hours away that can just really, it gets you out of your, not your comfort zone, but sometimes your rut. Um, Especially since, with family, school will be over in May and June. So start thinking now where you want to go and investigate places, use your Google places, and just get, get some ideas of where you can go, what you can do, what you want to see. Get together with your whole family and just say, okay, where, let's get some maps out. Remember maps? You don't find maps that often
Well,
anymore. But
you know, another good thing, another good idea to do, this is what me and the kids do, is we literally Google and we keep track of the local events,
oh
not
yes,
just in our town, but in local towns around us. And we
yep,
hop in event, you know, heritage days for different towns, things like that.
exactly. So much fun. And and there's, again, something right in your backyard that you might not have ever gone on. Um, and we have just quite a number of things around the Buffalo area. Being on the border, we have really neat old forts, Old Fort Niagara, and you know, on the American side. And then I can't remember the name of the fort on the Canadian side, but they're fun to explore, and they have actual reenactments. Um, for Fort Niagara, I think it was, that you have the War of 1812, um, and so they have all these really neat reenactments. Um, that's just really a lot of fun to go to. Plus, seeing how things are built. Um, I know in the Thousand Islands, which is just really, um, half hour south, half hour north of Syracuse. So from Buffalo, it's like 4 hours away. But there's the water, there's castles, there's Boat Castle, there's dinner cruises, there's, just a lot of fun things that we've done there for the last couple years. And it's just a getaway. But you don't have to go miles and miles, um, and away just to go places. Um, so that was, yeah, I think I'm getting, after being stuck at home for the last month and a half, 2 months, and hopefully my nurse says it's just about 2, 3 more weeks that I'm going to be here. In fact, um, my 3 times a week nurse is now cut back to just 2 times a week. So that means I'm getting better. So, so I think I just have the travel bug in me right now, and just want to explore something new, and just get out and look at different things. Um, and yes, especially, like you said, the kids, you get together and just look at things, and involve your kids in where they want to go. Um and it's because they may know of some place that they've always wanted to do, even if it's a day at an amusement park. um you know every I would imagine just every part of the country would have an amusement park somewhere within driving distance. So that's always something, that may just be a day trip or an overnight. So I know, in my family has always gone to, um, Sandusky, Ohio, to Cedar Point, and always made that like a 2 day or 3 day trip, when the kids were younger.
Even just taking the kids for a night at a hotel.
Yes, with a pool.
Yeah.
Yes. Um,
Well, thanks to y'all, Ariana's got her mind set on finding a hotel room that's got the jacuzzi in it.
oh, uh, that's funny.
She
So,
wants to be able to watch TV from her tub.
from a bubbling tub. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, because kids see things so completely different. Things that we were like, oh, there's that tub right in the room. Oh, how that's so silly. That to a kid might be just so special.
That's
Um,
the coolest thing since sliced bread for them.
and just staying in a hotel. As children, I don't think we ever stayed in a hotel. Um, we did go to a it wasn't to a motel, I think it was in a park. Um, and my I just remember I had to be 4 or 5, and my dad and it was in this forest. It's just a beautiful Letchworth State Park. It's just a beautiful place. Um, and he told me that Yogi Bear lives here. Of course, so I was spent the whole time looking for Yogi Bear because the cartoon was on when I was little, and so it was. But you don't have to tell your kids that to look for Yogi Bear, but at the same time, it's just fun sometimes to get out of it, just explore someplace new and different.
South Dakota actually has the Yogi Bear Park.
Oh, really?
Mhm. There was a really cool AI created video or picture on Facebook about that. Yellowstone Park and how the
Oh.
bears are unionizing because there was a picture of all the bears just lined up at the gate while
Oh.
closing the gate, and then they were all laying across the road.
Uh, one of our favorite vacations was actually at in Tennessee in the Great Smoky Mountains, and we just loved I just loved Gatlinburg. In fact, so much that I was trying to convince my husband to move to Tennessee when we retire, um and so because it was so beautiful. And but they have they actually do have bears walking down the middle of the street, and um they have this beautiful river that when I was trying to convince them, unfortunately overflowed and flooded every place. And so, but everyone complains, and up here about all the snow. We were just finalizing some plans for our May trip, and the gal that we had on the phone said that she was from Orlando, Florida, and she had come to Buffalo because she wanted to see Niagara Falls, but she came in January. Well, Niagara Falls in January is beautiful, but it's all ice. It's freezing cold. We said, come in the summer, come back. You would love it. But come back in the summer
The
when.
one benefit, though, of doing it in January is you get to actually see the falls and not all the people.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, it is gorgeous. Everything is coated with ice. Unfortunately, some of the like Terrapin Point is closed off because there's so much ice because there's always a spray. But in the summer, it's just so lovely.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Whereas now to go to Orlando in August is too hot. So I was saying, when it's too hot there, come up here, you know, so, but it was cute that when she said, "You're from Buffalo." We were in Buffalo in January. Why, I don't know. She never did say that. Why on earth she would come to Buffalo in January. But um, you know, but it was a new experience for them, and so sometimes you just need those new experiences.
It makes it more fun, interesting.
Uh,
Like when I
so
was in the military, one of the things that we would do on our weekends is we would just take a map of like the city that we were in or that area,
uh-huh.
and we just drop something on the map, and where that pen or whatever ended up is where we'd go.
Yes.
So we
No.
didn't have to think; we could just be pretty that day.
That's it's so much fun. Even something as simple as picking a different restaurant. Pick a restaurant, if you do go out for dinner, um, choose something the other side of town. Choose something, just little farther out than you're used to.
Or
Um,
another good way is we got Google now. Turn on your
sure.
Google Assistant or your Google Maps and just say, "Let's go somewhere new,"
Mm-hmm.
and it'll pick a place for
Exactly.
you.
And there's so many ways. Just be creative and just get out of your wintertime rut, I guess is what I'm saying. And just explore a little more of what's out there and what things are available. Um and you know, take your phone with you. Take cameras. My brother sent me. He's so funny. He does this all the time. He'll just drive off someplace and um so he sent me a picture. I used to work at a newspaper in Jamestown, New York, which is a small town about 80 miles south of Buffalo. He sent me a picture of the building, and and it's just so funny. I said, "What on earth are you doing in Jamestown?" He said, "Well, I heard they had some new museum, so they have a comedy museum." So he went to visit it on a Sunday. He said it was so boring. There was only one other couple in the place. He said, but it's like, we lived there for 12 years when we were first married. It's just so funny. So, but out of the blue, he'll do that. He'll just, take off and drive someplace to look at something different. Um, and that's fun. So sometimes it doesn't take a big break, but sometimes just, you know, take an hour drive away and see what you can find. Um, but yeah, you can Google places easier than just driving around. Ron and I would do that. We would just start driving, and we found, um, these towns just 50 miles south of here that we had never even heard of, and we had a lot of fun. Um, and we were on a road that would put a roller coaster to shame. It was so curvy and hilly, and it was quite the experience. We were down in the Allegheny area, and it's very mountainous. It, it's mountainous for for Western New York. It's not mountainous if you mountainous. I can't even say the word. If you're talking out west where you really have mountains, but it's okay. So it's hilly, I should say, instead of mountainous. It was hilly, but it was just so much fun. Just it was just a crazy spur of the moment thing. The weather is finally these roads we were on, we would not go in the winter because of the hills and the curves. But on a sunny Saturday afternoon, it was just a lot of fun just to get out of the house. I guess that's my biggest thing, for me right now, just to get out of the house. So, but it's good. So kind of wrap up our my rambling show today. Last week I had so many things planned, and then today all of a sudden I realized, when I woke up, oh no, I don't have really a lot of things planned to say. But um, but don't forget Monday through Friday, noon to 1 Eastern time, we do have shows, and then Um, I think Mary, next week, if I can get like different times and in front of me, and then I can really highlight all of the shows and talk about
I'm
times
putting
and
it
how.
together along with all the links to all of the different places that we are, so
Okay,
that I'm gonna send it out to everybody this either today or tomorrow for Len and to everybody.
wonderful. Yeah, that way I can highlight all the different shows because I'm always, because I'm most familiar, of course, with Monday through Friday, the noon to 1 Eastern time shows. But I don't want to forget, highlighting the other shows that we have going on. And there's something on every day to fit um, the knowledge and the information that somebody could use. So that's what we aim for.
And before we leave today, today is Vietnam Remembrance Day. So
Ah, okay.
um always remember to open that door or say thank you or just remember the Vietnam, one of the least honored wars that our soldiers had to fight in.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Mary. Thanks for facilitating the call, and we look forward to calls next week, and especially on Wednesday. Check in this Wednesday for a special show. So we will look forward to um, having everyone join us and listen in. And of course, on this Podbeam live show um, situation, there's always something interesting for people to take a minute and listen in. And again, this is Linda in Buffalo, New York, and Mary in the wilds of I almost said Montana.
Oh,
You're
I
not in
wish.
Montana.
Hey, you
Um,
can con around and move to Tennessee. We'll move down there with you.
yeah, I just loved Tennessee, um, because they do still have the seasons, whereas I know, with Florida to when we were there in the fall, it was just too hot for me. Um, but up here right this minute, it's too cold for me, so I'm never happy. So so anyways, well, have a wonderful Saturday, um, and we'll talk again on Monday at noon for Family Day, Hometown Hero Day. Talk to you then. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye for
Bye,
now.
Mary. Thank you.